So the journey continues. Today actually is one of the most important, I feel, videos that you're going to receive. So today we're going to talk about, are you living your purpose? And I know this might be a little triggering to some of you because you probably may not be living your purpose. And I want to tell you about my story. So, shared with you that I was really reckless when I was in high school, and I went down a, you know, kind of dark path, and I brought myself back. When I graduated, my mom pretty much gave me the option and said that you're going to do something. I don't care what you do, but you're going to do something. So it was basically go to college or go to beauty school. So I went to beauty school and I liked it. I mean, I really liked it. And I ended up working at a top day spa in my area, and I really loved that. And then my journey continued, and I came closer to home, and then I worked all over different salons. And eventually I decided that I was going to be my own boss. I've always had an entrepreneur type spirit, what I like to call bossy, and don't tell me what to do. That's entrepreneur spirit. But I was working at a salon, and I kept visualizing myself owning a business out of my house. And as I was visualizing it, the salon that I was working at, it just got harder and harder because I was acting as the manager, even though I wasn't. The manager wasn't fulfilling her role. I was young. I was 22. So I had this dream of owning my own salon. And it literally came to a point where I was just ready to quit. So, like, I quit on a Friday and I opened my salon in my house the following Monday. My boyfriend at the time, who was my husband and my dad, like, busted Heine to get it all done so that I could actually take clients. So I worked in that business for 12 years and it supported me, but it got to a point where I was just miserable. I I kept feeling like, is this more? Is there more? I mean, is there anything else in life but this? Like, is this all my life is gonna be? This monotonous rut that I'm in? And it just felt like I was drowning. I felt like, is this it? There's got to be so much more than this for me. And I felt like everybody else had their life figured out but me. I felt like everybody else had like a special card or something that I had not gotten yet. So I got to a place where I was miserable and I was like, this is it. Like, I can't, something has got to change. At the time, I was really learning how our inner blocks affect us and how they stop us and prevent us from moving forward. I had done the law of attraction work for a very long time, but I didn't realize how the deep core beliefs are what prevent us from moving forward. So, and I also learned how core beliefs that we don't even realize are actually affecting other areas of our life. So I had a lot of fear and a lot of blocks around my marriage. It was something that was created a very long time ago. It really had nothing to do with my business, but the fear was saying, like, if I moved through the fear and I changed, like, something would happen to my marriage, like my marriage would fall apart. This is how these fears, like, create this stuff in our minds that prevent us from moving forward. So I dug deep one day. My husband had gone on a vacation, a business trip, and I dug deep and I was like, okay, fear, whatever you gotta say, bring it on. I don't care because I am miserable and I'm sick of being in this place. Let me backtrack really quickly. So as I was working in my salon, I kept envisioning like the elements of what I wanted to experience. Um, I knew I loved to work one-to-one with people. I love being in my salon, sitting and listening, and I could hear things underneath what people were saying, the deeper issues, and I was helping them. And I kept thinking, like, I want to make money at doing this. I want to work one-to-one with people. I want to help them transform. I did not know a life coach. I didn't know what a life coach was. I didn't even know that life coaches existed. So I just kept thinking about what I want, how much I want to make, what does this entail, how am I working? I'm working digitally online. I want my business to be able to go wherever life takes me. I don't want it to be confined to one store or, brick and mortar type business. So fast forward to where I'm telling the fear, bring it on. I don't care. You don't scare me anymore. That's fine. If that's what you think, if that's what you're saying is going to happen, I don't care. I don't want to be in this situation anymore. I cannot live my life like this. So what happened is I stepped through the fear. And it was like, once I stepped through it, it was just like, oh, that was it. That's all that's going to happen. It's like the fear just kind of melted away. And the next day, I went online and I magically ended up in this. I ended up finding this coaching school. And it was literally like, if any of you have seen Mary Poppins and she's reading the letter that the kids wrote, like everything that the kids wanted, it was literally like that experience. I was reading everything about this coaching school, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for. I have been looking for this. So I did this 30-day challenge, and that led me into the coaching school. And I ended up having to take a leap of faith into this coaching, and it was the best thing that I ever have done. And I'm living my purpose. I am now living my dream. I am now living from the inside, inspired, fulfilled. Feel like my life has changed tremendously. I feel like I am on like cloud nine because I'm doing what I'm meant to do. So maybe your purpose isn't some huge thing like that. Maybe your purpose is you want to work with animals and that's what inspires your soul and you're not doing that. Maybe your purpose is you want to help other people and you're not in some way, shape, or form. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to start writing down, what is it that will make my heart sing? What is it that my gifts are? What did I come here to do? How do I want to serve? That was one of the big things that was changing for me, because I was in a place where I was still selfish, and I felt like being like serving people was gonna like take away from me in some way, or like I don't know. I just had this like limiting belief around serving people. But when you step into that role of serving, being of service, you actually start to step into your purpose. So don't let this be a big thing. You already know. It's already there. It's already waiting for you to step into it. It's already waiting for you to like claim it. You just have to start to get clear about what it is, what makes you happy. So that's where I would start. How do you want to feel? Who do you want to serve? What does it look like? Maybe, like I said, maybe it's a small thing. Maybe you want to help animals and going to work at a local animal shelter would serve that purpose for you. Maybe you want to give back to the elderly and going and volunteering at the hospital or a nursing home would fulfill that purpose. Not everybody's purpose is some grand event. Sometimes it could be a small thing. Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe your passion in the beginning was to be a school teacher, but you got derailed in some way. Or maybe your family kind of talked you out of something that you really, really knew in your soul was what you were meant to do. Maybe you are a singer and you're bottling it up because you are so afraid of being on stage. Or maybe you're an artist and you are really afraid to step out in that zone of genius. So take baby steps. If there is a place where you need to make a leap, you are the only person that can decide what feels right in the moment. Nobody can tell you. I just trust my gut, my inner guidance. And the funny thing about a leap is you don't know until you're on the other side, like if you were supposed to do it. Every time that I've ever made a leap, it was the right thing. Anytime. Every time I've ever made a leap, and I've made many leaps in my life. But it's like as you're like making this crazy, life changing thing, you're like, oh my God, is this the right thing? And then you get on the other side and you're like, all right, yeah, that's right. That's why it felt right. So start trusting your intuition, start trusting that inner guide within to know and to help guide you to what your life's purpose is. This, for me, like I said, is one of the most important things out of the 30 days that you're going to be with us. Finding what fills you up, your soul, what your gifts are that you brought to this world. So, when I came into this life as a child, I had this special ability to see beyond what other people saw. I think very differently. I see energy. Um, I am very connected to my intuition. I am very clear about what my intuition is guiding me and telling me. I turned that off when I was in middle school and high school because that made me different and I didn't want to accept that part of myself. So, as I started down this journey of life coaching, it reignited that passion within me, that my inner gifts, my inner guidance, things that had been laying dormant for a very long time. It reawakened that part of myself, and it was like I was whole again. I was able to use those gifts. I'm able to use those gifts in my coaching business to help people, and it is amazing. So, I really encourage you to start looking at what would fill you up from the inside, how you can serve, how you can ignite that passion within you, how you can use your gifts in the world. All right, guys. Bye.